Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Comic Shop Adventure, my excursion where I leave the homestead here at Athletic Geek HQ in search for a bounty of comics, action figures, graphic novels, collectibles, and all things in between. First things first, time to talk about what stood out from the last bounty, and it was from top to bottom. 5 really solid comics, but the ones that really stood out, Deadpool was awesome. I remember mentioning on the last adventure that it looked kind of like a Dark Knight Returns thing. Well, it very much was like the Dark Knight Returns. It was a play on Batman, and the kicker, the thing that just made me like laugh so hard that I almost suffocated, was the name of this Batman-like character being named Frank Mueller. And it's a very inside kind of thing for comic fans, but I fucking love it. Just great writing from Scotty Young. It's why this book is so fun, why I enjoy the Deadpool book. Justice League was very, very well told story with this kind of story of this future and what has to be done to get to this future, leading to like a conflict of interest among the different members of the league. I can't go into too much more detail because I don't really want to spoil a whole lot. I'm more about encouraging others to go check out these books if you get the opportunity. But it's kind of it's one of those shade of gray areas that you don't know really where you side, and then the character that's taking there is a character taking a side that you wouldn't expect them to take. And again, it's kind of hard to talk about that spoiling, but if you're a fan of the DC universe and you're not reading Justice League, this is a good jumping on point. Go check it out. It's one of the best Justice League runs ever, at least in my opinion. And finally, Rocko's Modern Afterlife. I was pumped up for that book, and it lived up to the hype. It's a zombie apocalypse brought upon by like this millennialism. It seems like with like your phones and streaming, and they've, no pun intended, they've modernized Rocco from the mid '90s and just the way everything is, and it's how they're working that in with like a zombie apocalypse. I thought was just great writing, and it's a 4-issue miniseries, and I'm excited to read the rest of it. But other than that, every book was really good. Those were just the standouts, but I will see you all when I get back to the homestead with my bounty for this episode. Hey everyone, I am back here at the homestead here at Athletic Geek HQ. Got quite the large bounty of books this week, so let's just get right to it. The first book is Prodigy by Mark Millar. You've heard me, talk about my love of Mark Millar's writing and all the stuff that he's done at Image over the last 4 or 5 years. And this book's, while I'm not enjoying it as much as I've enjoyed Starlight and Chrononauts, it's still a really good book, and it's still a testament to why I enjoy Mark Millar's writing. I enjoy it. Like I said, it's not one of his stronger works, but it's still pretty solid. Prodigy number 5. I'm still into it. I still like it a lot, and I would highly suggest if you are also a Mark Millar fan, to try and track down this series, or at least wait for the trade paperback to come out. From there, we go to Deadman Logan, number 6. It means we're almost done. It means this beautiful, beautiful continuity in this beautiful series is it's in the home stretch, and I try and savor this book when I read it. I try to like really just take in all the art and take in the story, because it's going to be stopping sometime very soon, and I've really enjoyed, both the Old Man Logan book and then now essentially the Dead Man Logan book. So, with how they're tying up everything, it's just, it's great writing. It's really well done. It just kind of, the series is almost done, and it kind of sucks to see it end, but I'd rather it end on a high note than just keep going on to where I don't like the book anymore. So, nonetheless, this is another book I'm going to take my time and enjoy. Deadman Logan, number 6. From there, we go to Winter Soldier, number 5. And this has been another really good series from Marvel. It's a mini-series that I've just learned this is a mini-series. I thought this was going to be an ongoing, but Cal Higgins is a great writer. He wrote the New 52, Nightwing, and he said in previous adventures that he really writes the sidekick who becomes his own man really well. because he did that, because especially with his Nightwing run, he really was able to write the story of somebody who at one time was number two, but he's bringing himself up to be his own man with his own issues, and how they've how, you know, at least in Nightwing's case, you know, learned how to deal with truly being kind of the guy, and you know, having his own issues, his own villains, his own problems, and how he deals with those issues and villains. Now I feel like he's kind of doing something similar with Winter Soldier, even though Bucky had already been Captain America and been on his own for years, similar to how Nightwing was. He just kind of writes it in this way that, you know, where if there was ever any doubt that this guy's no longer a sidekick, you know, that's eliminated. He is his own man. You felt that with Nightwing, and you're feeling it with Winter Soldier in this, unfortunately, what is a mini-series now, but still a great book. Winter Soldier #5. Now we go to the world of DC, and we're going to start with The Batman Who Laughs, #4 of 6. It's been really an interesting mini-series. You know, I love Scott Snyder. I mean, you heard me before the adventure began to sing his praises Justice League run, and Snyder and Jock are doing a great job. They, you know, wrote the Black Mirror together, Batman the Black Mirror, and it's just been a good little mini-series, and I've really enjoyed it. And different take on Batman, but still keeps the core elements of the Batman character, so what's not to love? Batman Who Laughs, #4. Sticking with the world of Batman this week, we have Batman #68. And this looks like to be a kind of a fun episode, because you have, looks like Selina at a strip club and Batman trying to call her. And we know that my big issues with Tom King's Batman run have been the what I feel was a bait and switch with the Selina Bruce wedding. So, leads me to wonder what's going to happen now. It looks like this might be a fun issue with the Batman villainesses at a male strip club. Amanda Connor's doing the art on that, and she's an awesome lady, and she's a great artist. So, yeah, really looking forward to what could be a fun Batman book. And, yeah, we'll see what happens. And we'll see how this works in with the rest of the Batman story that's been built up. So, Batman #68. And in a rare twist where there's the two major Batman books come out the same week, we have Detective Comics #1001, Peter Tomasi, writing the best Batman book out there right now, and looks like they're going to start using the Arkham Knight in outside of the video game continuity, which looks kind of cool. You know, it says the Arkham Knight Rises on the cover, and I'm looking forward to this. Tomasi's always done good work. He did Superman well, he did the Green Lantern Corps well, and he's doing Detective Comics really well. Yeah, well, I'm very excited to continue reading this. What Tomasi has started on Detective Comics. It was a nice little break a couple weeks ago with 1000 being, you know, just kind of a tour de force of all the different Batman writers and different types of Batman stories. But we're back in the regular storytelling now, and I'm excited about it. So, Detective Comics #1001. From there, we go to The Flash #68. The Trickster story arc continues. It's been a good, a darker type of story arc. Kind of in the similar vein how they, have used the Trickster in a dark way in the series, the CW series. They've really been kind of keeping that going, and it's just, while The Flash can be very serious, this was a very, very dark, a darker than you're used to type of story arc from The Flash, but it's really good, and I really enjoyed it. You heard me say a lot of great things about the Flash series here on the Comic Shop Adventure, and this story arc is no exception. So, really excited to read this one again. Nice little shift in tone, but if it doesn't stay dark, because, I kind of like different characters having different tones, but if it doesn't stay dark and we have just one little dark story arc, I'm all on board with that. So, The Flash #68. From there we go to Hawkman #11, and beginning of a new Hawkman story arc. Brian Hitch is starting the art on this book, and see if this book it's always been at least a good book every time I've read it. Maybe not necessarily on that upper tier, but always consistently good. And hopefully, the momentum continues with issue number 11. From there, we go to Superman number 10, and yeah, this is kind of Bendis is hit and miss with his with both Action Comics and Superman, and I just don't know. One of them I gotta cut one of them soon, but I don't know which one, because just when I'm thinking I'm gonna cut Action, I get a good Action storyline. Oh, I'm gonna cut Superman, I get a good Superman story, but then after I'm like, okay, I'm not cutting it, then they kind of go back downhill. We really just need Bendis writing one story when it comes to Big Blue here, and just one title would be good, and I feel like that would give Bendis a break. It would give another writer another chance to tell their own Superman story in the opposite book. I feel like that's what the character needs. I feel that's what the book needs. I feel like Bendis is getting too much, or he's got too much on his plate, and both books are suffering, whereas if he were to just have one Superman title, that book could still be amazing, because he does have Superman's voice, and he does write the character well, and has written the character well since he's come to DC. But I'm still reading, so I guess, you got me on that one. Superman number 10. And finally, the final book of the bounty this week is Titans number 36. Again, maybe not necessarily always the best book or the one that really stands out, but always very, very consistently good. Really enjoying Kyle Rayner as part of this book, and it's just a fun book with just a lot of fun characters, and it's really well written, and said maybe not a home run, but always a solid hit. Always a solid hit is Titans, and I enjoy it, and I'm wondering what's going to happen, because it says together for the last time. I wonder if this is the end of this consistent book that I enjoy so much. So we'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully they don't take away what I really enjoy about this title. But we'll see. Things I love in comics always end. So we'll see what happens. And that is it for my bounty this time. Let me know what you picked up at your local comic shop in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and like to see others like it, please like, share, and subscribe. For more content, please go like the Facebook page at facebook.com/athleticgeek89. Every Thursday is my collection comic of the week. That'll be starting back up. Had some travel last couple weeks and haven't really had time to blog as much, so I apologize for that. But it is coming back. Check that out. But I'm out. Y'all be cool. Later.